Alexa, how much money do I have?
Hi, Mighty Shayaski. Your net worth is 545.
A few moments later.
Alexa, how much money do I have?
Hi, Mighty Shayaski. Your net worth is 548.
Hey YouTube, welcome to another video from Shaysky TV. Do you want to know how much money you have in real time in order to get more visibility on your financials? Well, today in this video, I'm going to show you how to sync up your Alexa or Google Home speakers to Google Sheets in order to get your net worth reported live. Why, you might ask? Because it's cool and maybe I'm just nerdy. Well, mostly nerdy. For those of you who are new, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to get more contents on personal finances and investments. With that said, let's get started. So if you have one of these things sitting at home, or if you have other models of Alexa speakers, they will all work. And if you have these Google Home speakers or other models of Google Home speakers, you can essentially program voice-activated skills, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is open up Google Sheets. If you don't have Google Sheets, it's okay. Just make a Google account first, and then you'll automatically have both Google Sheets and Google Docs. And it's very simple to create an account. If you already have a Google Sheets already with some data in it, you just wanna know how to connect the data onto Alexa, feel free to just jump ahead in this video. But for this part, I'm just gonna start with a clean spreadsheet. Once you have this Google Sheet created, go ahead and give your sheet a name. For this, I'm just gonna say it's for YouTube Alexa. All right, and in the first cell, I'm gonna type in today's date. I'm gonna use the function today. And you'll see why in a moment why I did that. And then next, I wanna create some stocks that I want to track in my portfolio. Let's pretend I just have two stocks in my personal stock portfolio, and I want to track the price of those two stocks in real time. So first, I'm going to type in some column headers. First, I want to track my stock ticker. For these two stocks I'm tracking, I'll just pretend it's Apple and Microsoft. For Apple, the ticker symbol is AAPL, and Microsoft is MSFT. And I'm going to pretend I have 2 shares of Apple and 1 share of Microsoft. And gonna give the column header name shares. And then next, I want to grab the real-time market price. And this is something very cool with Google Sheets, is that with the Google Finance function, you can grab real-time market data. And it's not just limited to market price. So gonna go ahead and call this column market price. And to do this, I'm going to use the Google Finance function. And you guys can watch my screen as I type this in. So Google Finance automatically pops up. And in the bracket, this is going to be the stock ticker symbol in column A3. And I'm gonna go ahead and type in what I want to capture. And with the double quotation marks, I'm gonna type in price. And this is gonna give me the real-time market price as of right now on November 11th. And it is 3:15 p.m. right now. So the market is still open. This is a market price as of right now. Also keep in mind there is a 20 minutes delay in the market for this Google Sheets. You can see on the bottom it's delayed 20 minutes. Just something to keep in mind. And then I can just go ahead and drag this one down to get the stock price of Microsoft. Because this is the price for each share, to get the real market value of my Apple stocks in my portfolio, I'm going to multiply my number of shares with the market price. Drag that down to get the same for Microsoft. And this is gonna be the market value for each of these stocks. Pretty cool, huh? So after this, say you have more than 2 stocks, you can just follow the same process and just continue to drag them down. And for the total value of this stock portfolio, I'm just gonna use the sum function and highlight these 2 cells. And this will give me the total value of my stock portfolio. So next, I want to show you guys a way where you can incorporate your regular income as part of your net worth by tracking your income weekly and as well as your expenses. So for this example, say I have $50 of cash saved up by the last time that I was paid on November 1st. And say every week I get paid $500. And every week I have $450 in expenses. And this works really well when you have a good control over your expenses. So as a result of that, I can subtract $500 with $450 to get how much money I can save towards my net worth. So then next I want to know how many days exactly has passed between last time that I was paid and today. And to do this, I'm going to use cell A1, which is today's date, minus the last time I was paid, November 1st. And exactly 10 days has passed since then. And to get the number of weeks, since we get paid weekly, I want to track how many weeks has passed by. I can just go ahead and divide 10 by 7 to get the number of weeks. And then since about 1.43 weeks has passed by, I can then use this number multiplied by 50 to get how much money that I have made since November 1st. So then I can add this up, 71.43 with the $50 of cash I had, and then add my total stock portfolio value. So this is number which is 576.36. This number will get automatically updated once the market price changes. And as time goes on, this number of days will change because the value today will always change. So this is a cool part about Google Sheets. So since this is 576, this is my net worth, I'm just gonna make everything clean and make another sheet within the spreadsheet. And you can do this by clicking on this add sheet sign on the bottom left. So I have this new sheet. This is sheet 5 apparently because I was playing around with some things. I'm gonna give this a column header called net worth, and I'll just grab the value from the previous sheet, 576. So this is gonna be the data that Alexa will eventually read from, so it's very important that we give this a column header. The next part is to look up VoiceFlow on Google search. So go ahead and type in VoiceFlow and click on the first link that you see. So it's gonna bring you into here. If you don't have an account, you can go ahead and sign up. It's super easy, it's free. I don't recommend buying anything. I still use the free version as of date. Once you have an account, you can click on login. Because I already have an account, I'm just gonna go into what I see on my homepage. So here I see Google Sheets, and I can create a new project. You'll probably see a default project. That's just an example. I'm gonna start fresh and clean. I'm gonna name my project maybe My Money and continue. And then I get an opportunity to select whether I'm using this for Alexa or Google. For this demo, I'm gonna use Alexa, so I'll click on Design and Prototype. Invocation name, this is what you will say when you want to invoke this skill. You can be very creative, but for this example, I'm just gonna say how much money do I have? Very simple and easy. The language is very important in that you have to be consistent with what your Alexa is set up. So if your Alexa is English US, you must select English US or else she won't recognize you at all, even though you're speaking English. So go ahead and create project. And you can also change your invocation name later on by clicking on the skill icon up top here, right here. So once you're in, you'll see a block being automatically created. This is a start block. And next you're gonna do, and this is super easy because Google Sheets integration is already built into this application. You don't have to do any coding or anything to sync up Google Sheets with Alexa. So I just dragged the Google Sheets onto another block. And to connect to a Google Sheets, I'm gonna click on Retrieve Data on the right side column. I'm gonna select an account. You might have to sync up your Google account with this. If you're worried about security issues at all, just make a new Google account and you won't have any issues with that. So put in your Google account there, and this will pull all the sheets you have from that Google account. So the sheet that I just used was YouTube-Alexa. So select that sheet, and the net worth, if you guys remember, that was on sheet 5, very clean and easy. Column, this is very important. I'm gonna select row number because if you remember back in Google Sheets, my net worth is on row 2. So here I'm gonna select row number equals to 2, and she's gonna read row number 2. So here on the mapping output, I want to select my column header, net worth, and I'm gonna store that number into a variable. You can type in your own variable to give your variable a name if this thing becomes super complicated later on, but I'm just gonna use the default ones because it's just really easy. And apparently this variable is called sessions, so the net worth that I have in Google Sheets right here is going to be stored in the variable sessions. And I'm gonna hit next. And this is it for this block. I can test integration. Dun, dun, dun. And you can see Alexa just automatically grab that number right here. So next thing that we do is to let Alexa speak on this number. So I'm gonna drag the interaction skill speak. What will Alexa say? And you're gonna enter what she will say. To be really funny, I'm just gonna say, hello, Mighty Shayski. Your net worth is, and remember that variable we just stored our number in, this is sessions. And you can also let her whisper as well if you don't want her to broadcast your net worth out loud. Okay, so then that's it. And the last thing that you need to do is to sync up the start to your next block. So you see that little circle thing here, just drag that over and you'll see this flow arrow. So this is going from the start block to the next block. Very simple. And this is it. The next thing we're gonna do is to test this. Hey guys, so the most exciting part is here. We're gonna test this skill that we just built. So first thing I can do is go on prototype on this application and then click on start prototype, and she's gonna say,
your net worth is $576.8985714.
wow, it worked, but it has a lot of decimals. I just want her to say how much money I have to the dollar. So I'm gonna reduce my decimal on my Google Sheets right now to 577, and I can test this again. Escape to exit prototype, or you can click on reset test. So click on prototype and start prototype.
Hello, Mike Shasky. Your net worth is 577.
Oh, I misspelled mighty. So I escape to exit. So just some minor touch-ups right here. So system says mighty. There we go. That is very important. All right, it seemed to work on my prototype. It's grabbing the same number from Google Sheets, and once I rounded this to fit 577, it said 577, so I'm pretty happy that this is working. The next thing I'm gonna do is upload to Alexa, this button on the top right. Click on that. This will take probably less than a minute.
A few moments later.
Looks like the upload is successful. As you can see on the top right, it says upload successful. And here you can then test your skill on your Alexa, or you can see your code on the Amazon console. By clicking on this link, you'll go into the developers page. This is completely optional, but if you're also logged into the Alexa developer console, you can see the code and everything associated with this skill and how it's activated. So, but you can essentially just test it on your Alexa. And since I uploaded this, I'm just gonna test it right now. Hey Alexa, how much money do I have?
Hello, Mighty Shayski. Your net worth is 577.
There you go. And because market closed right now, I want to show you guys if this number changes, whether my Alexa will also say the changed number. So I'm just gonna type in 6,000. Hey Alexa, how much money do I have?
Hello, Mighty Shayski. Your net worth is 6,000.
There you go. Hey guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the contents, and if you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for more contents related to personal finances and investments. Peace.